Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Bungie's The Witch Queen reveal, which they finished a couple hours ago. In it, they spoke about their expansion, confirmed its release date for February 22nd. Hopefully that doesn't get any delays. They talked about Season of the Lost, which came out a couple hours ago as well. They talked about some updates that they're going to be doing from now all the way to the end of 2022. And they also talked about a brand new 30th anniversary event that they announced for the end of December, which I think they're going to be using as sort of a midway or mid-season update so that we don't get too dry on content from here all the way to February. First things first is the brand new location we're going to be getting. It's Savithun's throne world. It looks absolutely amazing. It has a different vibe to it. It has like a greenish overtone compared to these other locations. I'm assuming it's going to be really big since the castle area is probably going to be, or it looks to be, about the size of the Dreadnought from Destiny 1, although that'd be a pretty big location if it's true. And it also has a swampy area, which they tease in the beginning of the video, which I'm also hoping is about at least the size of the Cosmodrome. As with everything, this brand new location is going to be bringing some brand new enemies. These new enemies look to be absolutely incredibly annoying. It's going to be Hive using light subclasses, so they're going to be using solar powers, arc powers, void powers, and they also have their own Hive Ghost, which I'm assuming that if you kill them and you don't kill the Hive Ghost, then that means they can come back to life just like Guardians do. I have no idea how that works since we pretty much are taught that only we can use the light, but now Savithun is empowering her own minions with the light. So I'm guessing they're going to be explaining that in the story, but these enemies look to be extremely annoying and high-end content since they're going to have to be killed, I guess, twice for you to not have them come back to life, which is fun. Yay! We're also going to be getting a brand new weapon archetype, which is going to be the Glaive. The Glaive is basically just a spear that shoots, but it is the very first-person melee weapon, and this is going to be leading into the brand new weapon crafting system that we're going to have, that as they make it to seem means that we're going to be able to choose perks and how the gun performs individually, step by step and piece by piece. They also tease that there are going to be 2 new dungeons releasing in 2022 with they said that they're going to be with the Witch Queen Deluxe Edition, and I'm assuming that means that they're going to be time gated. If you pay, you can get them earlier, and if you don't, then you have to wait for a little bit more time. They're also going to be doing some subclass changes to all the light subclasses. They're going to be adding aspects akin to those of Stasis. And the first one, Witch Queen, is going to be the Void subclass, and I'm assuming with the next 2 seasons, they're going to be doing Solar, Arc, and then probably going to do Stasis again. They're also going to be adding a brand new story campaign scaling game mode, or difficulty. It's going to be legendary. So depending on how many people you have in your fire team, the difficulty is actually going to scale up and down depending on just how many people are playing with you. But this is actually really good because the campaign is usually a breeze, but if you can play in legendary and get some extra loot, then that's actually going to be pretty decent. The last thing they showed in the Witch Queen section of the live stream was that they are going to be having a brand new collector's edition coming out, which I desperately miss. I feel like before, all games had this collector edition that was like super awesome. It had a bunch of little trinkets and it had statues and figurines and stuff like that, and they've kind of like died down. But Destiny's bringing it back, and you get a Hive Ghost if you get the collector's edition. It's $250 with the game code, and it's only $150 if you get it without the game code. And they also teased the final shape, which is going to be, well, the final expansion concluding the Light and Darkness saga that started in Destiny 1. This is going to be coming out in 2023. Moving on to the shorter part of the live stream is going to be the Season of the Lost part that they spoke about. They already showed that there's going to be a new story quest. They said it's going to be the prologue to the Witch Queen. It's going to have a brand new exotic weapon, a brand new exotic quest, the new battle pass, things you expect from all the seasonal releases, though Microsoft has made her eventual return that they've been teasing ever since Forsaken. Crossplay has finally, thank God, released for Destiny 2. We've been waiting for that ever since its initial release back in 2017. The Hive God of War has returned, Sivu Arath. There's going to be new legendary stasis guns. Oh, I can't wait to see how that is going to be affecting the PvP landscape of things. And last but not least, this season's armor is going to be themed around the reef. So if you ever wanted to look like Petrorevenge, now's your chance. Bungie decided to throw a little bit of attention to the PvP side of things. They're going to be changing trials from the old way of winning matches to get loot to winning rounds and completing matches to get loot. They're also going to be adding matchmaking to it, so now you have trio, duos, and solo queue. And finally, thank the lords, Destiny is finally going to be adding anti-cheat to the PvP through a new partnership with BattleEye. If you've ever played Rainbow Six Siege, they're going to be sharing the exact same anti-cheat. And on the PvE side of things, Bungie announced that they're going to be adding a new raid or dungeon every 3 months starting this December, which is absolutely phenomenal news because new content just means new things to do, keeping things fresh. They also announced they're going to be bringing an old Destiny 1 raid into Destiny 2, similar to Vault of Glass, and something tells me it's probably going to be King's Fall. And they also announced that they're going to be placing this legacy content like Vault of Glass and old dungeons on a weekly rotation. And finally, for my absolute favorite part of the whole reveal, the 30th anniversary event that they're going to be doing this December. It's going to be including a brand new 6-player event called Dares of Eternity. They're going to be adding a new dungeon that's going to be set in the old Destiny 1 loot cave. That is an amazing reference, and the dungeon is also going to be pirate themed, which I don't really know what exactly that means, but it's going to be pirate themed. In this dungeon, you're going to be able to get some Destiny 1 classic weapons like AS Luna, the hand cannon that looks like Hawkmoon but isn't actually Hawkmoon but actually does work like Hawkmoon, the legendary 100-year stare sniper from the old Destiny 1 Trials day, and you're also going to be getting a Claymore sword, which is actually from Myth in old Bungie game. They will also be bringing in some brand new armor sets. One of the armor sets, which is my personal favorite, is the one that's going to be Thorn themed. And I'm going to put it up in the video right now because it looks absolutely incredible. They're also going to be adding a couple other armor sets that are a bit more casual and just based on the anniversary itself. And probably the best announcement of the whole entire live stream is that the most legendary and powerful weapon in the history of Destiny will be making its return. Yes, Gjallarhorn will be making its return with the anniversary event in December. How you're going to be able to obtain it is anyone's guess, but I hope that they make it as a rare drop, because if everyone has it, it just devalues it. But if it's actually a rare drop, then everyone's going to be excited to get it, just like they were back in Destiny 1. Overall, the Bungie livestream was absolutely amazing. It created a bunch of hype, and I see a lot of people are pretty excited to get their hands on the Witch Queen. I'm actually hoping that there's still some secrets left. Some people are speculating that it's going to be a brand new subclass, the Poison or Corrosion, or just a green subclass coming with the Witch Queen. They didn't announce it, and it would seem a bit weird to have such a big reveal not announced right here, but if they're keeping it as a secret for the actual reveal of the Witch Queen, then that would be just even better, because spoilers are no good for anyone. The 30th anniversary is looking like an amazing mid-season content update drop that they're going to be doing, because it's going to be desperately needed. It's going to be a long wait from Season of the Lost all the way to February 22nd when the Witch Queen actually drops. The new armor that's going to be dropping this season looks a little underwhelming, but maybe that's just me. Crossplay finally being here is absolutely fantastic news. Dungeon and raids being added every 3 months is also really great. However, I feel like the PvP community was a bit more ignored than ever. They only announced some trials, and yes, they announced an anti-cheat, but that's pretty much it. They didn't announce any new PvP maps. They didn't announce any new PvP game modes. They might announce them further down the line, but for now, PvP seems a bit ignored, which is pretty disappointing. However, I'm pretty hopeful that they will be adding some sort of PvP something, because the PvP community desperately needs it, and they absolutely deserve it after being ignored for so long. I'm going to be keeping the story elements of Season of the Lost mainly out of the video. The only thing I will be adding is that Siva Wrath has returned and Mara Soph as well, but they are in the trailer, and if you've seen the trailer, then it's not that big of a spoiler. This story of this season is probably going to be one of the best, since it's going to be directly linked into the Witch Queen. So my expectations for this season's narrative and story is going to be pretty high, but I'm sure Bungie will be able to deliver. They have a lot to tell us before we reach the Witch Queen, and they already said in this live stream that this season is going to be the very first time we're going to be able to interact with Savithun herself, so that's also pretty exciting. And with that, I'm going to be leaving the video right there. The Bungie live stream was absolutely amazing. The reveals, everything they showed off looks great. However, Bungie always has a tendency to show some really good real reveal events, and sometimes the content doesn't quite match up to what we see. I have full faith in them that they're going to be able to deliver here with the Witch Queen, so let's just have our hopes out for that. This has been Shadowy. Have a good one, guys. Thank you for watching.